Hello and good morning! Welcome again to another episode of Speak with Success. Tonight, we will be having our straight talk, real conversation with a very special guest. To those who are first timers here, this is a show that discusses everything about public speaking. And we have our regular episodes where we invite guests so they can share stories of their journey as a public speaker. This is also the time where we can learn from them and get inspiration. So please help me welcome our guest for tonight. He is an internationally registered financial consultant and estate planner, a host, a public speaker, and a voice-over talent. A cum laude graduate of Ateneo de Naga University, none other than Manager Mark Paul Dimabayaw. Hello, Manager Dimbs. How are you?
I'm fine po, and I'm thankful that you thought of me to be a guest in your show, Coach Chess.
Oh, thank you for giving me this chance now to guest you here in my show. So I know kasi you're into public speaking and into hosting. So I know madaming matututunan yung mga audience natin for tonight. So Manager, let's proceed na with the Q&A para diretso na tayo. So,
Sure
ako
po.
kasi nag-wonder, no, kasi in our event, in our office, no, kasi Manager Dims pala is also a friend of mine and a colleague sa office namin. So, lagi siyang nakukuha to host and to speak. So, I'm quite amazed kung paano niya nakuha yung skill niya and yung talent niya in public speaking. So, Manager, matanong ko, no, kailan ka ba nag-start ng public speaking? Ito ba nakita mo na is it a natural talent na ba or ito ba ay parang skill na hinone mo at dinevelop mo pa until na master mo siya?
Very good question. Actually, maganda yan. Kasi ang story ko po niyan is actually nung bata pa ako, I already see myself na somehow parang masyado akong inclined to speaking and pinanganak ako na kumbaga madaldal. So, pag may nakikita ako, for example, may mga movie or may music, I always ask yung tita ko, my parents, kung sino ba yung kumanta niyan. So, mahilig ako makipag-converse. So, somehow nagsimula siya doon. And nung elementary ako, nag-start ako mag-join ng mga declamation and oration contest. So, masasabi ko na somehow, partly natural talent siya. Pero, all over these years, hanggang mag-high school, college, yun pa rin yung ginagawa ko. Lagi pa rin akong kinukuha ng school. For example, sa section namin, ako nagre-represent ng section namin for declamation or oration contest. And ito, very unfortunate kasi sa lahat ng declamation and oration contest na sinalihan ko, I was never defeated. So parang lagi akong
Wow.
champion. Bakit siya naging unfortunate? Kasi hindi ko siya gustong gawin to brag. Ginagawa ko siya kasi feeling ko yun lang yung nag-excel ako. Kasi sa other subjects sa school, feeling ko, kumbaga failure ako. So parang I fail in math subjects, science subjects. So it's the only thing na magaling ako masasabi ko. So parang yun lang yung tinitake opportunity to really express myself para somehow ma-feel ko naman na meron akong somehow na kumbaga pwedeng ma-share. So specifically yun na nga yung speaking. Hanggang mag-college, kahit nung college kami, when the professor asked us to give some lessons, so parang minsan ako yung kinukuhang kumbaga magsalita on behalf of the class. So pag may mga grouping, so hinahati kami, ako rin yung kinukuhang, oh bro, ikaw na lang lahat na napag-usapan natin, ikaw na mag-report. So ako rin yung nagiging main reporter. So, na-cultivate ko na rin lang siya dahil active ako sa mga school activities and at the same time sa mga academic exercises. Kaya na-cultivate ko siya all over these years. Yun po.
Wow, Manager, no, you're so lucky kasi talented ka na pala. Kasi di ba sa iba, kailangan pa yung pag-aralan, yung parang i-hone mo pa yung skill mo before you can do. And at a young age, no, parang hindi ka na ganun, parang hindi ka na mahiyain at your age nung mga bata ka na sumasali ka sa mga public speaking activities in your school. So manager, sa pagsasalita mo ba, yung 'di ba kasi speaking is an art. So ano
Yes,
ba yung
opo.
pinakagusto mo when it comes to this art? Na nagsasalita ka, ano ba yung nafi-feel mo? Do you feel na parang kakaiba? Ano yung nararamdaman mo na eto ako, nakakapagsalita ako versus the other people. Yung, ano ba yung gustong-gusto mo when it comes to public speaking?
Okay. Before I answer that question, i-connect ko lang yung question kanina kasi somehow connected
Yes.
sa dun sa second question nyo po. So, kung mapapansin nyo po kasi, di ba, yung naging journey ko sa speaking nung una is hindi talaga siya yung speaking na natural. Unlike yung ginagawa ko ngayon na I am speaking because I am invited to talk about a topic. Pero when I was growing up, it's all about memorization. More on
Oh,
memorizing kasi siya, di ba? Kasi you
yes.
are orating, kumbaga, you are memorizing a certain piece ng isang sikat na author or poet. So, magkaiba siya sa ngayon. So, ano yung parang nagustuhan ko? Yun yung tanong niyo po na ginagawa ko ngayon lalo na. Kasi before, it's more on memorization. Kasi sa academic, syempre, you are memorizing the points of the lesson para ma-deliver mo. Pero actually, this is also a new thing to me. Kasi nung napunta ako sa profession ng insurance and financial services,
Mhm.
sabi ko, paano ko kaya magagamit yung somehow naging talent ko before, although it's a different kasi nga memorization, and translate it now to being a speaker. Kasi sabi ko, there is no other method or technique na nakikita ko that I can set myself apart from other financial practitioner. Kasi yung ibang financial practitioner, magaling sila sa one-on-one conversation or magaling
Yes.
sila sa per se selling. Pero ako, mas comfortable ako whenever I talk to large crowds kasi nga nasanay akong nakaharap lagi sa
Mhm.
maraming tao. So, mas maganda siya sa akin kasi na-express ko yung mind ko, yung feelings ko in a more genuine way and with my experience. So, dati kasi kailangan mo memorize, medyo nalilimit ka kasi hanggang doon ka lang sa
Yes,
memorize mo eh. But
yes.
now,
Oo.
it's more on yung ano na, talagang experience na. Pero hindi ko sinasabing wala akong tinatandaan. Siyempre, yung mga
Mhm.
information na yun, may tatandaan ka rin siyempre para maituro mo. You have to study.
Yes,
Pero,
yes.
pag nagsasalita na kasi ako, parang hindi na ako yung ako. Parang merong sumasanib sa akin, parang yun ba yung tamang salita? Na parang talaga salita na ako sa unahan. To be honest, meron pa rin yung fear or may kaba. Pero pag nasa
Mhm.
unahan na ako ng stage, lalo nung hindi pa nagpa-pandemic, pag nai-invite ako mag-speak, parang feeling ko hindi na ako si Mark Di Mabaya. Although, alam nilang ako
Yes.
yon pero pag ako na yung nasa unahan, parang hindi na siya eh. Parang parang may force outside of me na ginaguide ako na yun yung sasabihin ko. Pero yun is because kumbaga naghanda ako, pinag-aralan ko and everything. So yun
Yes,
po, yun
yes.
yung nagiging feeling ko. Kaya very happy. Kumbaga very genuine yung feeling.
Yes, kasi nga 'di ba when it comes to speaking 'no, mas malalagyan mo siya ng emotion kung hindi siya yung na-memorize mo, yung parang
Yes,
kung
opo.
galing mismo sa loob mo.
Mm.
So, I really admire your confidence manager. Alam mo ever since nung noon pa, nakikita ko talaga na magaling ka
Thank you,
especially
Coach.
when it comes to talking. So, sa mga ganito 'no, kasi 'di ba you usually use this, sa trabaho mo, in selling 'no. Yung mga panahon na nagpa-public speak ka, ano ba yung pinakagusto mo na pinag-uusapan or the topic that you love and dito din sa pagiging financial advisor mo, ano ba yung parang gustong-gusto mong shine-share sa mga clients mo?
Okay. So, kasi syempre, I consider my clients na din at the same time, yung mga crowd or groups na nai-invite ako na magsalita.
Mhm, mhm.
So, kumbaga, hindi ko sila tinitake as client lang para lang sa financial
Yes.
profession business ko. Kumbaga, I'm taking them as a client for life. Parang, siyempre kasi, iniisip ko rin someday, baka somehow, kumbaga, I don't know where this speaking engagements will take me. So, maganda, nagsimula ako ng paunti-unti. Kasi just a backstory, Coach, para bigyan lang kita ng backstory. When I started offering my speaking services, it was actually a fake it till you make it style. Kasi sabi ko,
Yes,
if I will kumbaga sasabihin ko na ay dati na po akong nag-speak. So there was one client, siyempre nagsisimula naman tayo sa sa isang client muna. So that first client who trusted me thought that I was doing this all this time. Kasi sabi niya, oh, sir, the way you speak at your age, kasi nagsimula ako mag-speak 22 eh. Yun talaga yun din yung almost
yes,
pasok ko sa financial services. Parang matagal mo itong ginagawa. So ako naman, parang sinakyan ko na lang yung compliment niya na actually, sir, yes, matagal ko na ginagawa. But in reality, it was my first time na mag-speak sa isang organization. So, nung time na yun na yung parang yun nga, yung tanong mo kanina na, kumbaga, how do I, with my clients? So, I consider them na clients for life, hindi lang sa profession. Kasi, in the future, pwedeng hindi ko sinasabi, pwedeng mag-engage pa ako sa ibang business, they will remember me as someone na nagsispeak, na hindi lang makakapagsalita in terms of financial services, but can also speak about life. Kasi ang gusto kong pinag-uusapan, hindi actually yung about sa profession kasi part na lang yun ng talk ko eh. Pero minsan, mas
Yes.
gusto ko, to be honest, na sinishare, is not about the topics of finance or anything, but it's more on my life experiences. And
Yes.
when I was starting, meron akong isang story na medyo crazy siya. Kasi nung college ako, this was the story na parang medyo impossible siya, pero naging possible. Medyo crazy siya pakinggan, and even you, baka first time nyo itong maririnig sa akin, kumbaga pwede kang tumawa, pero okay lang. Nung college kasi, meron akong parang hatred sa mga batchmates ko nung high school, na parang hindi ko naaalis, parang grudge, kumbaga.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi I came from a high school na, kumbaga, marami dun mga rich people. Kumbaga, anak sila ng mga prominent family, mga Chinese, mga politician, gano'n. So parang I was one of those who are heavily bullied. Kumbaga, binubully talaga ako ng grabe-grabe. I experienced na yung bag ko, hinuhulog from the second floor of the
Wow.
building hanggang sa ground floor, yung mga ganon. So, hindi ko na i-explain yung iba, pero yung mga ganong klase ng bullying yung na-experience ko. So, there came a point in time na nung fourth year ako nung college, and even when I see my batchmates who studied in the same school where I studied, or in the same university, pag nakakasulubong ko sa kanila, parang naaalala ko yung ginagawa nila sa akin. Pero, nung time na yun, parang nagkaroon ako ng simple prayer na nakakatawa. Sabi ko, Lord, if you will let me see my celebrity crush in person, I will change my life for the better. So parang dare ko sa Lord actually, na nakakatawa. Pero
Mm-hmm.
yung dare na yun, I was shocked. Kasi because of my 9-day prayers of a novena, naglalakad ako sa road, kumbaga yung harap ng university namin, meron dun road. Tapos, on the left side, sa dulo ng road na yon, merong 7-Eleven. And when I glanced on my left, nandun yung stand din ng crush kong artista. So, parang bigla akong hindi ko maintindihan, parang nag-goosebumps ako kasi nung pagtingin ko sa left, nandun nga siya. And yun pala, kala ko binibiro na ako ni Lord. Sabi ko, Lord, di ba gusto ko makita yung tao, yung personal. Pero bakit pinakita mo sa akin yung figure lang o yung picture niya lang na malaki,
Yes.
life size? Pero hindi ko na-realize na yung lower part pala ng picture was a contest to meet her in person. So doon ako medyo naging teary-eyed. Nalawa ako na parang talagang inaalaw pala ni Lord yung mga crazy mong dare o ano, parang
Mm-hmm.
kumbaga patunayan niya lang sa'yo that I am here. So to cut the long story short, nagsali ako dun sa contest. It was a photo contest actually. And when I uploaded that on my Instagram profile, I failed for 2 times. So yung third entry ko, yun yung napansin nung company na nagpapakontest. So sabihin ko na yung
Mm-hmm.
company, it was Pepsi. So
Yes.
yung Pepsi, okay. Tapos yung artista mismo, siguro after 2 hours, after mag-comment yung Pepsi, nag-comment din siya na tinag niya yung Pepsi
Wow.
Philippines na tingnan yung entry ko. So, again, to cut the long story short, kasi medyo mahabang story na naman siya. In short, nanalo ako sa nationwide photo contest na yun. And we were 10 winners nationwide. And
Mm-hmm.
sabi dun sa, parang may nakita kasi ako noon na votings online na sabi nila parang yung entry ko yung may most number of likes or parang interaction. So sabi ko parang hindi ako makapaniwala. Tapos bigla na lang tumawag sa akin nung day na in-announce yung winners, pero hindi siya in-announce sa TV or radio, hindi.
Yes.
Ano lang sa social media. So may patulog na ako gabi, siguro mag-10 na noon. Biglang nag-ring yung phone ko for 6 times, hindi ko sinasagot. Tapos nung 7th time, nakulitan na ako, sinagot ko siya. Sabi sa akin, Sir, this is Miss Ganito from Pepsi Philippines. Sir, you have won on the Pepsi Stanley promo and you will meet Julia Barreto next week. So,
Wow.
yun yung parang grabing experience na hindi ko makakalimutan na when I started giving my talks or speaking engagement, at the end of my talk, I always give that story to give them a sense of hope and inspiration that nothing is
Yes.
impossible. Kasi kumbaga, kung iisipin nyo po, di ba nakakatawa, parang ano ba naman to, ang babaw nitong taong to,
Mm-hmm.
maraming pwedeng hilingin. Pwede naman niyang hilingin na, for example, yumaman kami or kumbaga, yung gumaling yung
Yes.
nanay kong may sakit, kung ganito. Pero ako, kumbaga sa dinabi namin prayers na pwedeng dasalin, parang ako, out of dare lang kay Lord, pero tinutuhanan niya. So, sinasabi ko sa kanila na huwag niyo yung i-dare si Lord kasi pag dinare niyo yan, be careful what you wish
Baka.
for, baka magkatotoo. So,
Yes.
whenever I end my talk with that note on and personal story, nafe-feel ng audience ko that I am a genuine person. Kasi
Yes.
minsan po, hindi ko sinasabing magaling ako over the other speakers kasi I have still a lot to eat. Kumbaga marami pa akong pwedeng kainin na lessons and as I journey. Pero napansin ko kasi sa ibang speaker minsan, they immediately go to the topic. Parang wala silang
Yes.
masyadong backstory or kaya
Mm-hmm.
sabi nung nabasa ko kasi as a marketing graduate, may nabasa akong book nun, na kasi mahilig akong tumambay sa library, na sinasabi niya na, kumbaga, effective marketers know how to tell a story. So whenever I
Yes.
create my slides, I make it a point na para siyang storya. Hindi ko siya ginagawang technical, hindi ko siya ginagawang highfalutin. So, to the simplest term na pwedeng maintindihan ng kahit
Yes,
sino, yun,
yes,
yun po yung
yes.
approach ko. And at the end, I give it a personal touch of myself, personal story, para malaman nila na itong tao pa lang ito, parehas din lang naman namin to na may pinagdadaanan ding mga parang mga, kumbaga, may problems or may worries, pero at the end of the day, he chose to look at the brighter side of things. So, ganun po. I hope
Kasi
I
'di
answered
ba,
your
oo.
question.
Yes. Kasi 'di ba yan din yung difference with the declamation, 'di ba? Yung
Yes,
ginagawa mo na
opo.
memorize mo. Is really kasi ngayon ang when it comes to public speaking, you have to capture the emotion of the audience by sharing a personal story para makita nila na tao rin itong speaker na ito. Hindi siya yung typical na mag-talk lang because may sasabihin or may ibibenta. Kasi 'di ba
Yes, opo.
in selling, we usually use also our emotions in capturing our client kasi hindi naman pwedeng technical agad. And kanina I love yung sinabi mo na fake it until you make it. Kasi usually ganun naman 'di ba talaga? Especially sa work mo din, 'di ba? You started at a very young age. Kasi na-encounter ko din yan before. 'Di ba yung parang may client ka tapos kakausapin
Hmm.
mo yung parang ang tingin sa'yo, nako, ikaw pa ba magsasabi sa akin ng ganito? Eh, mas matanda ako sa'yo, di ba? Yung mga
Ganun po.
ganun na scenario. And
Yes.
with your speaking, no, baka meron kang mga tips na pwede mong maibigay sa mga nagsa-start pa lang into public speaking na audience natin, no? On how they can capture the attention of their audience. Kasi, di ba usually, ito yung pinakamahirap. Kasi minsan na-encounter natin na meron, nagsasalita ka in public, no, na may makikita mo may sarili din silang barangay, nag-uusap-usap sila, yung parang hindi sila nakikinig sa'yo. So sa
Yes
public
po.
speaker, what tips can you give them para ma-capture nila yung audience, yung
Okay.
attention ng audience nila?
Ako po kasi meron akong, kumbaga, sariling method on how I do my speaking engagement. Parang, kumbaga, if there is one tip, kasi actually marami akong pwedeng sabihing tips. Pero if
Mhm.
there is one tip na maibibigay ko, kumbaga, ang masasabi ko lang, make your first few words memorable. Yung parang, kumbaga, hindi nila makakalimutan. And make it engaging in a way na sa start pa lang, kumbaga, sa una pa lang na salita or una pa lang na bitaw, kuha mo na agad yung attention nila. In what way? Paano natin gagawin yun? Sometimes nag-experiment ako. Ito, medyo crazy po ito although hindi ko sinasabing gayahin to ng ibang speaker. Especially nagagawa ko to nung hindi pa nagpa-pandemic. Pero ngayon kasing medyo nasa online world na tayo, iba rin kasi yung etiquette, iba rin yung kailangan nating kumbaga strategy. Pero tingin ko mag-apply pa naman siya. So first na ginawa ko nun, I tried starting out a talk by coming behind them, not in front of the crowd. So I played a music, I
Mhm.
was dancing as I was entering the stage.
Wow.
So ganun. I did that in one school. So parang dun pa lang, nakuha ko na agad yung interest. Kasi
Mhm.
especially alam ko mga bata ito. So dapat, parang iniisip ko, magpatugtog ako ng somehow parang usong sayaw nung time na yun. Sinayaw ko siya. So yun na, parang yun yung nakakuha ng attention nila. Number two, I experienced also this with professionals na kinakausap ko. Ginawa ko, parang binigyan ko sila ng test about hearing and listening. Parang yung ano yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. So, ang una kong bungat agad, walang slide. 'Di ba after akong ipakilala nung parang host, sinabi ko kaagad, all of you who are listening, raise your right hand. So parang nasak sila, parang kakasimula mo pa lang, pinapataas mo na yung kamay namin. So, hindi ko pa sinasabi sa kanila na it's about hearing versus listening. Pero parang ang dinadrive kong point, after na exercise na yon, they will know the difference about hearing and listening. So sinasabi ko sa
Yes.
kanila na put your right hands on your right cheek. So ganyan. So susunod naman, put your right hand on your ears. Pero ang pinapakita ko sa kanila, hinahawakan ko yung ilong ko, hindi yung ears ko. So, sabi ko, if you listen carefully, ang tamang ginawa nyo sana is nilagay niya yung kamay ninyo sa ears, hindi sa
Mhm.
ilong. Pero
Yes.
dahil ang pinopoint ko sa kanila is hearing versus listening. So, parang ganun yung mga panimula na parang pag ganun pa lang, nakuha mo na yung kakaibang to, parang kakaibang speaker to. Hindi sa yung usual na speaker na pag napakilala, nagsalita, okay, diretso na agad sa topic. So, parang
Mhm.
binibigyan ko muna sila ng reason na para ma-feel nila na this is a new experience. Kumbaga, hindi ito yung usual ninyong talk na naririnig or na attendance. So, ganun yung ginagawa ko po. And kahit sa online, yung katulad ng ginawa ko kanina exercise, naging effective pa rin siya.
Yes.
Especially just last week, nag-talk din ako sa mga mga young professional. So, yun, parang naging effective pa rin siya. So, yun
Yun.
po yung mga
Oo. Kasi yun nga din talaga, no, when you speak talaga, sa umpisa talaga dapat ma-capture mo na. So, that's one strategy that our audience can copy or can
Yes, opo.
experiment with. So, manager, kasi nakikita ko yung confidence mo talaga is grabe. Kumbaga,
Thank you po.
sobra-sobra ang sa iyong
Thank you, Coach.
confidence when it comes to speaking, no. May mga oras pa ba na meron kang time na parang nahihiya ka or may mga fears ka ba when it comes to giving a talk or a presentation? Umaabot pa ba yan sa parang meron ka pa bang mga ganyan moment na takot may parang takot ka or parang hiya na parang 'di ba minsan kasi dumadaan talaga yan 'di ba yung
Yes po.
ninenervyos ka,
So,
yung
very
tulad ng
normal.
sinabi mo kanina. So, meron ka bang mga fears or oras na parang hiyang-hiya ka, ayaw magsalita?
Okay, until now po, to be honest, kahit actually may nabasa din nga ako niya na kahit daw yung mga kumbaga well-known performer na like yung mga nagpo-perform sa Hollywood, they still have fears and kumbaga meron silang kaba whenever or before they step into the stage. And that goes the same with me. Na kahit ako before I give a talk, mapa-online man yan or personal, kahit nga one-on-one meeting lang, talagang meron pa rin yan somehow alinlangan, may fears or may doubts ka. Pero ang maganda kasi doon, you have to force yourself to just do it. And pag ginawa mo kasi siya, and kumbaga, parang nagiging natural na lang yung flow. Once you speak your first word or your first few sentences or phrases. And siguro that works for me kasi kumbaga nasanay na ako ng ganun. Pero dun sa, in connection dun kanina, parang additional tip, just be natural dun sa mga nagsistart. Parang they don't have to force themselves to copy someone else. Kasi if they try to copy someone and kaya nanonood sila ng isang speaker, gusto ko ganyan din yung method ko. You can adapt some of their strategies or techniques pero it's not advisable na totally gayahin sila on how they deliver. Kasi syempre, we
Yes.
have our own persona. Kumbaga meron tayong iba-ibang aura, iba-ibang atake. So you have to be rooted on yourself first. Kumbaga kilalanin mo muna yung sarili mo. Kasi I believe na you can only be somehow a good speaker if you know yourself well. Kasi lalabas naman yun sa strengths mo kung ano ba talaga yung maibibigay mo sa kanila, sa mga nakikinig. So yun, very natural yung fear. So nandun pa rin siya. Hindi siya nawawala.
Yes, oo. Tsaka ang maganda kasi 'di ba if you're doing speaking regularly, 'di ba? Kahit yung mga nervyos mo, yung mga fears mo, parang somehow you will just learn how to handle it, 'di ba? Na parang alam mo na kung paano siya parang paano siya i-handle na parang tulad yung sinabi mo, once you started a word, dire-diretso na siya. So manager, meron ka bang mga moments na yung mga tinatawag natin na palpak moments when it comes to public speaking, yung parang nahiya ka or something, yung parang palpak moments in a way na yung mali yung delivery mo, parang yung audience mo parang hindi ka nagustuhan. Meron ka bang mga ganun? Something
Okay,
funny or something ano na lang?
I have one story po. Actually kasi in terms of delivery, I don't have any problems kasi parang yun nga, parang natural na siya sa akin. Pero
Yes.
masasabi ko lang na palpak, hindi sa during the talk. It was after the talk. Why?
Mhm.
Kasi there was one school who invited me. Ito, true story to sa mga nakikinig sa atin. True story. I did not mean to hurt anyone. Pero isa kasi sa style ko as a speaker, I want to hurt you with the reality or the truth of life. Kumbaga, I want to slap you with the reality. So, ganun yung approach ko. Ayoko yung speaker na masyadong nag-sugarcoat na mga bagay-bagay. Gusto ko kung ano yung reality, somehow mamulat na sila, especially bata pa sila. So, I was invited to give a talk in one school. And alam ko na yung mga magiging audience ko were students and they were graduating students taking up a certain financial related course. So halo-halo na mga financial related course yun. So during my talk, talagang straightforward ako na sinabi ko na sure ako na 100% there is something wrong in our educational system. And hindi ako aware na meron palang nakikinig na mga professor that
Wow.
time.
Mhm.
Pero ako naman, I have I have my resources, I have my sources pala rather, na nagpo-prove talaga that there is something wrong with our educational system, specifically in terms of educating students in terms of financial literacy. Kasi if you will go back,
Mhm.
isa nga sa mga slides ko, parang isi-share ko lang, I usually share yung motor movement na natututunan ng isang tao pag pinapanganak siya. Siyempre, pag pinanganak
Yes.
ka, di ba, unang matututunan nyo po is crawling. After crawling, the next motor movement that you will learn is walking. After walking, the next motor movement you will learn is running. Pero sabi ko, look at school. We skipped the crawling part. We immediately went to the walking and running. And what do I mean by that? If you will translate that, sabi ko, sa financial literacy, schools never taught us crawling.
Yes,
They taught us
yes.
walking. And walking, what do I mean by walking? Walking is already business finance. And when I say business finance, even ako, sabi ko sa kanila, when I was still taking marketing, ang unang course ko na related sa money was not personal financial planning. It was basic
Yes.
accounting. And basic accounting, sabi ko, is for businesses.
Mhm.
So it makes sense. So sabi ko, na-skip natin yung part na basic. And ano naman yung running part? Nandiyan na yung economics, yung global taxation, etc., mga
Yes,
laws,
yes.
international laws about finances or how the financial markets work. So, yun talaga yung pinuntahan agad natin without understanding yung crawling part, which is very important. So, feeling ko, isa yun sa nakatrigger kung bakit medyo naging negative yung reaction nung ilang mga professor because of my talk. Kaya sabi ko, yun nga, failure ng educational system. Pero sabi ko, I'm not blaming educational system 100%. Somehow, meron din participation, sabi ko, ang other organizations like our government. Kasi sabi ko, matagal ko nang nakikita sa news that they are proposing a financial literacy subject, pero hindi naman siya tinutuloy, parang hanggang proposition lang. So sabi ko, maraming factors. Pero sabi ko, yun nga, nagsisimula kasi yan, sabi ko, sa school. Aside from school, at the same time, yung kinalakihan din nilang environment. Pero most of the time,
Mm.
school. Why? Kasi ang school, kung isusumahin mo yung buhay mo bilang isang bata, to be honest, kung i-compute natin yan, sabihin natin 90% or 80% of your childhood was spent in school. So dapat sa school, formative years, tinuturo na sana yung financial literacy. So yun po, yun yung parang somehow parang feeling ko palpak kasi sabi ko, hindi ko na consider din yung magiging reaction. Pero yun nga, hindi naman ako totally sorry
Yes.
about that kasi I was just speaking the truth. I
Yes,
don't
oo.
want to sugarcoat anything. So yun po yung
Oo.
experience ko
Pero was
ng ano.
there parang meron bang time that nung oras na yun na parang may objection sila, may sinabi sila sa'yo, against sa'yo, wala naman siyang ganong mga
Meron
instances?
meron pong sinabi pero mabuti na lang it was not said to me during the delivery of the talk. Parang feedback na lang siya sa akin nung isa sa mga professor na pinadala sa akin na kinurse through din sa isang manager. So yung manager yun ang kumausap
Okay.
sa akin na
Sige.
kasi yung isang manager sa atin nag-attend din ng talk. So medyo kakilala niya kasi yung isang professor. Tapos yung professor yun na naglabas ng parang ano niya ng yun nga yung negative reactions niya or
Oo.
comments dun sa ginawa kong talk. Pero
Yes.
sabi ko, nirerespeto ko naman yung comment niya kasi syempre, kumbaga medyo baka sabihin natin hindi pa siguro siya prepared to hear about those things. So sabi ko I have
Yes.
to respect na it will take some time for him to accept that. Pero sabi niya, yun daw reaction na yun was not only from him. Kasi hindi lang ako aware kasi marami din teacher na mga medyo bata pa noon sa university yun. So, kala ko student sila. Pero yun pala mga professor.
Yes.
So, yun, parang nag-usap-usap daw yung ilan sa mga professor. Tapos yun parang naging collective nila comment na parang yun nga na hurt sila dun sa
Yes.
sa reality.
Pero actually, if you take that positively, no, kumbaga it will be a big help to improve din kung ano yung present na sistema natin when it comes to our educational system. Na pwede rin sana nilang ma-implement, no, na maisama nila when it comes to giving their lessons, 'di ba? So, kaso syempre if negative yung dating, syempre talagang may comment. And as a speaker kasi usually hindi naman natin mapiplease lahat.
Yes, opo.
Lagi nang may kontra, may nasasabi na hindi okay about sa'yo. But of course, as long as we know na tama naman yung sinabi natin, wala naman tayong masamang nasabi, siguro yun na lang din yung kasi 'di ba minsan sa mga baguhan when it comes to this kind of comments, minsan ito yung oras na nawawalan sila ng parang umaayaw sila sa ginagawa nila ngayon. So dapat they will be open-minded din in accepting criticism kasi ito
Yes,
rin
opo.
yung 'di ba makakapag-better din sa kanila. So as a public speaker, meron ka po bang mga iniidolong mga sikat na public speaker ngayon?
Um, Actually, napakarami. Pero siguro yung mga lagi ko na lang fina-follow, lalo sa social media. Kasi yung mga fina-follow ko mga speaker, they also lift up my spirit whenever I feel down. So parang syempre, every speaker kasi, di ba, ang tingin kasi minsan ng mga tao sa speaker, ay, speaker na to, parang hindi na siya na nagkakaroon ng downtime, hindi na siya nalulungkot. Pero hindi nila alam, syempre, human as we are, we go through our downtimes and we should go back to our heroes. Parang somehow, yung mga speaker na ina-idolize or parang ina-admire ko, sila yung parang hero or nag-energize din sa akin whenever I feel
Mhm.
down. So, first siguro na pwede kong ma-share, although hindi to gaanong kilala, kasi hindi ako gaanong mahilig sa mga mainstream speaker.
Aha.
Gusto ko yung ito yung mga speaker na hindi sila mainstream, pero napaka-genuine nila magsalita. They will also hurt you with the reality. So, siguro sa kanila ko nakuha kung bakit ako ganun mag-deliver somehow. So, first is si Gary Vaynerchuk.
Okay.
So, he is the founder of Vayner Media. And parang nagsimula din siya na medyo maliit lang, parang
Mhm.
tumutulong lang siya sa family business ng wine. And ngayon, marami na siyang businesses. So, multiple. Naging investor siya ng Twitter. Medyo low-key
Mhm.
lang siyang investor ng other social media companies. Tapos, meron siyang yung Vayner Media. It's more on promoting yung sports ng NFL. So, other sports events sa US. So, napakaganda ng, ng speaking niya. Kasi,
Mhm.
masyado siyang yung parang candid. Alam mong pa nagsasalita siya, hindi siya scripted. And kaya ko yun in-admire sa kanya kasi bihira ngayon ang speaker na makikita mo na very candid. Yung parang minsan alam mo kasi 'di ba pa nagre-record yung mga speaker ng videos nila. Alam mo na parang pinag-isipan nila yung script. So, 'di ba pre-recorded na yun eh. Pero si Gary V kasi meron siyang team. And whenever they do events, binivideohan siya candidly. So, yun nagustuhan ko kasi whenever he gives advice, candid yung pagbibigay niya ng advice. Sabi ko, pag nag-speaking engagement ako, gusto ko ganun din siya. Ayoko yung parang masyado siyang scripted. So, yun, si Gary V. Yun, hindi siya yung si Gary Valenciano, pero ang tawag sa kanya sa social media
Ah,
world, sa Instagram, si Gary V. Ang spelling kasi ng Gary V niya is Garyvee.
akala ko nga si
Uh,
Gary Valenciano yung sinasabi mo.
Hindi po.
Pero maganda kasi yung candid moments, no? Kasi natural nga when once na binivideo ka na, 'di ba, yung parang hindi mo alam, natural ang lumalabas, natural yung effect niya. Yung inspiration mo ba when it comes to speaking, saan nanggagaling? Meron ka bang mga tao na nai-inspire ka, that's why you're doing this?
Actually, may inspiration talaga is my why. It's of course my family
Ah,
and those people who trusts me. Syempre, first si God. Second is my family. And third, those people who trusts me. And yung kasi yung mga tao na when I was just starting with what I am doing, they did not tell me na, ay, wag mong gawin yan kasi that's too risky or walang makikinig sa'yo kasi bata ka pa. Yun din yung mindset ko dati. Kasi marami nagsasabi dun sa akin dati na you cannot do that kasi masyado kang bata. So wala ka pang experience. So anong papatunayan mo sa kanila na wala ka pang experience? So hindi ka nila papaniwalaan kasi ang pinapaniwalaan nilang speaker yung may credibility. So hindi ko masyadong pinahinggan, although I will be honest, as human as I am, na talagang panghihinaan ka din. Pero yung mga talagang close na tao sa'yo, yung loved ones mo, even though panghinaan ka man, talaga nandiyan sila to support you. So, importante yung moral support. Although, hindi aaminin ko din na hindi lahat ng taong close sa you will support you. There are some people na close to you that could also be your, kumbaga, basher or parang
mhm.
non-supporter. So, just stick with those people na talaga nagbibigay sa iyo ng energy, ng support, love. So, kaya nga marami nagsasabing mga speaker din, mga author na you should choose your circle carefully or wisely. Kasi syempre, kung sino yung lagi mong kausap, kasama, pinakikinggan, syempre it will affect you as a speaker. It will affect the way you deliver your talk and the way you conduct your life. speaker ka man o hindi. Kasi syempre, we are just a speaker for just a few hours or a few minutes. Pero outside of that, hindi ka na speaker. Balik ka na dun sa normal na ikaw.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's very important po. Yun.
So manager, bago tayo magtapos, no? Kasi dalawang question na lang natitira. So,
Sure,
yung
coach.
second to the last question ko is, halimbawa bibigyan ka ng isang pagkakataon to choose a topic. Halimbawa, ito na yung last time mo na magpa-public speaker ka, no? Ano yung sa tingin mo yung topic na gusto mo? Ano yung saan ba magre-revolve yung kwento ng last piece na sasabihin mo?
Ayos, parang pang ano to, pang Miss Universe, tama-tama,
Yes.
kasabay natin ngayon si ano,
Yes,
kagabi,
yes.
kakarampa lang ni Rabia.
Mhm.
Pero, ako honestly, there is there is no special topic. I will still go with the topic that I have previously, kumbaga, shared with people, and that is financial literacy. But I will
Yes.
add up to that yung experiences ko as an advisor. Kasi kung before, when I was starting speaking, nung 22 pa lang, ngayon kasi 26 na po ako, 22, kumbaga dati, whenever I talk, it's more on the experiences of other people. Kumbaga, ini-inject ko lang siya sa talk ko. Pero dahil ngayon, marami na akong first-hand experiences na mga taong, kasi syempre, I'm from the insurance industry, nagki-claim. So, yung tipong may umiiyak talagang family. And even kami, kasi na-experience ko din, mahirap talaga sa family na walang insurance kasi talagang nagkakautang-utang. So, doon magre-revolve yung story ko na yun pa rin, stick to my profession na financial planning, and at the same time, yun na yung personal experiences ko para mas lumalim siya. So, yun po.
Yan. So talagang favorite mo talaga yung financial literacy, no, manager? Tsaka, kumbaga, ito na yung, siguro ito na din yung forte mo kasi. That's why, ito yung gusto mo talagang i-share. Kasi yung
Actually,
advocacy din, yes.
actually, coach, hindi ko talaga, to be honest, hindi ko favorite ang financial literacy. I just came to love it in the process.
Okay.
Kasi,
Okay.
kumbaga, dahil napunta ako sa ganitong industry, nakita ko na lang kalaunan, along the process, along the way, yung importance niya. Kaya, na-inlove na ako sa
Yes.
kanya. Pero at the very start, somehow, hindi ko gusto actually ang numbers. Kasi nga, di ba, katulad ng
Yes.
binanggit ko sa'yo kanina po, hindi ako magaling sa math or any number related. So, sino mag-aakala na mapupunta ako sa financial services? So, yun.
Yun, ang ganda ng usapan natin, no? Kaya sayang kulang
Yes,
na tayo
coach.
sa oras. So
Yes.
before we say goodbye ngayon, I just like to ask you any parting message for the audience about public speaking, mga kung ano yung pwede mo pang may share for them para hindi sila panghinaan ng loob in times na merong nagki-criticize sa kanila.
Okay. So, first and foremost, thank you for listening to my sharings. And as some last pieces of advice na pwede kong maibigay sa inyo is, don't be too hard on yourself. Kasi ang speaking kasi is a skill na kailangan mo ang i-hone, hindi lang siya ng overnight. It will take some time. Although sa akin kasi parang somehow naging natural na lang siya kasi again going back, I am already engaged to declamation, oration, pero again it's a different thing sa ginagawa ko ngayon. So I have to adjust. I just have to study also kung ano ba yung topic na binibigay ko and mix it with my personal touch, personal experiences, and aside from that, stick to those people who support you. Again, inulit ko lang. Those who give you love, support, energy, and kumbaga, stick with them. And don't mind those who are saying na you cannot do it. Kasi if you consume your energy and give your attention to those people, kasi where your energy goes, it flows eh. So,
Yes.
pour your energy to those things na nag-i-inspire sa'yo. Parang sa akin, ito matatawa kayo, parang last ano lang, parang somehow just to make you laugh. Ngayon, ang nagpapatawa sa akin, ang nagpapagaan ng loob ko is K-pop or K-drama. So, di ba, halos lahat ng tao ngayon medyo into that. So, whenever I feel, kumbaga, down or medyo hindi maganda yung energy ko, syempre, we have down times. I just listen to Blackpink kasi yan yung favorite K-pop group ko. So, I watch K-drama. And yun. So, just do some things na you love from time to time. Kumbaga, don't push yourself too much na, ay, kailangan maging very smooth ng talk ko. Kasi when I was beginning my talks, hindi naman ganun ka-smooth yun eh. There are times na parang somehow, kumbaga, kakabahan ka talaga, parang nawawala ka rin sa flow. Pero as time goes by, through experience, makukuha mo na lang yun. So just believe in yourself. So yun po. Thanks coach for letting
Wow,
me share my
manager, ang
story.
daming learnings kasi kahit ako ang dami kong natutunan. So that's why I also love doing this Q&A sessions with speakers, no? Kasi even I myself learn a lot of things din, a lot of new things na pwede ko ding ma-adapt sa aking pagsasalita. So ngayon pong gabi, I would like to thank everyone na naandito. And I want to thank again Manager Dimbs for giving us the opportunity to learn with you and for all the sharing na ibinigay mo. Talagang alam ko na makakatulong ito sa madami. Sa maraming tao na nag-a-aspire to be a public speaker. So thank you po, Manager Dimbs. So before we part, I'd like to thank our viewers for being here tonight. Salamat po. And I hope you can join us again next week for another episode of Speak with Success.